Hey, lovelies. Welcome to my meditation doodling for today. We're really going to take some time out today and we're really going to take a step back. We're going to slow it down. We're going to tune in and we're going to tap into the sun's energy, this energy at the moment, which is hexagram 1 in the I Ching, gate 1 in human design, which is really about the creative, that creative spark, that creative genius inside of us, and how we relate to material and how material relates to us. So for the meditation drawing today, you just need some blank paper. If you don't have any note paper or anything, just use newspaper or magazine. I've got markers today because I'm going to use color and change things around a bit because we are with the creative hexagram would be one of my favorites. And we're going to start with a very short meditation, so about 5 minutes, and then I'll guide you step by step through the creative exercise. You don't need to know how to draw. You don't have to create a picture that looks like anything. That's not what this process is about. This is the process of tuning in, of learning to pick up these energies that influence and guide our life and to see what our relationship with that is. And this is forever moving, always flowing. We're always in relationship. So let's settle. So I want you to start with just really wriggling into your chair, really accepting the support of the chair for this session. We want to relax into it. We want our sit bones really seated on the chair. We want our feet planted on the ground. We want our back really relaxed. So just take that moment or two to get settled and sorted. If you want to close your eyes, please close your eyes. If you don't want to, then just settle. Rest your eyes on a point somewhere nearby. And let's come back to our breath. The simple act of noticing that we're breathing, noticing the here and now. And how do we notice our breath today? So I'll guide you through some options. Is it the sound of your breath today that's really capturing you? The sound of the air moving in and out through the nostrils or the mouth or the back of the throat. Is that what's grabbing your attention? Is it the taste in your mouth? You've just had a sip of a drink or just finished a meal, and you can still taste that, just noticing that as you breathe. Or is it what you see, these colors and images behind the eye that's captivating you? Is it your senses, the feeling of the rising and the falling of the chest, or the expansion and contraction of the bellies? Is that it? Or is it a sense of smell? As you breathe into your nostrils, you pick up any scents in the room. Being here in this present moment is really about entering into a deeper form of listening to what's around us. And our senses are always there, guiding us, informing us, showing us what may be right or correct in any given moment. So bringing your attention to your feet, planted on the ground, really soaking up the support of the earth. Moving up through the legs, the calves, the knees bent in space, the thighs perhaps rested on the seat, and the sit bones. Traveling up the small of your back, the middle of your back, top of your shoulders and neck. Even just gently bringing your shoulders to the top, towards your ears, and then letting them go again, releasing any tension. Following down your arms to your elbows, to your forearms, and to your hands, rested in space. Moving to your belly, expanding and contracting with the breath, flowing up to the chest, the sternum, the neck, around the sides of the neck and back of the neck, around the back of the head, the sides of the head, the face, and the top of the head. So taking a full body breath. And slowly, in your own time, in your own way, taking whatever material you have. Today I'm going to call it a marker. Could be a pen, pencil, a crayon. And put your pen fairly close to the piece of paper. And then either closing your eyes or perhaps even gazing somewhere other than the paper, just begin to move. This movement doesn't have to create any particular shape or be any particular way. Just finding your flow here. And it may be clunky, you may be stopping and starting. It may take you a while to find your flow. Maybe an awkwardness or an unknownness about what's actually occurring. It's okay. Just let go. Perhaps following the in-breath and the out-breath. Perhaps just working with a particular movement, circular, linear. Perhaps focusing on one area of the page only, or perhaps doing everything you can to take up the full page. Remember, this isn't about drawing a picture. This is simply about letting your marker move on a page and creating shape and form. So whenever you've found your way and the energy begins to ease off, just finish anywhere on the page. You might see a mess. You might see some forms and shapes. But you've just created an image. And now for the remainder of this exercise, just simply go back to the individual shapes and forms. And just begin to fill them in. This doesn't have to look like anything or be anything. You may really want to just fill the areas in. You may want to draw large circles or small circles. You may want to change color or keep it all the same. Just flowing, just moving, flowing. Whatever feels good. So choose a pattern or a shape that feels good, you enjoy doing. And if you can't find that movement, keep trying different ones. If you can't find any inspiration today, just even copying what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We're just tuning into a natural creative flow. And as you move from shape to shape, from corner to corner, line to line, come back to that breath that we were working with earlier. Where's it gone? Have you noticed an increase in the pace of your breath as you try to figure this out or get this right? Is your mind telling you that this is silly? What you're drawing looks terrible? Just let the mind do its thing. It doesn't matter what it's telling you, not necessarily the truth. It's just a perspective that it has in the moment. Are there colors that you're really attracted to, or do you just actually want to stick with the same color? And perhaps letting go any idea that you have in your mind about what this is, what this should be, and just allowing the material, whatever your material is, to guide you towards making this creative gesture today. So come back to the breath, come back to your feet planted on the ground. Come back to the expansion and contraction of the lungs. Come back to your seat and your sit bones planted there. And just surrender. Let go of any plan. Hexagram 1 is really just about having a spark of creativity that exists in all of us. And it may express itself very differently from one person to another, but it's always there. And of course, for anyone who has any sort of artistic ability, whether it be gardening or writing or songwriting or painting, or drawing, you notice that so often our creativity comes in an impulse. We often have very little control over when it comes and when it goes. So just learning to listen, to recognize when it's there, ready to be used, and finding a way of being compassionate with ourselves when it's not. So just have fun with this today. We're not trying to draw anything. We're not trying to achieve anything. We've got nowhere to go. We've got nothing for this 15, 20 minutes other than playing with color, with line, with shape, with form. Allowing your creativity to play its way onto the page. Enjoy itself without the seriousness or goals that we often give ourselves. And what becomes alive in you as you create? How does creativity feel in the body? Does it feel open and expansive? Does it feel tight? Does it feel like it's happening in the deep recesses of the mind? Or does it feel like it's flowing throughout the body? Pay attention now to how it feels. And as we begin to come to a close for our creative exercise today, just beginning to slow down and take in what you've drawn. Is there something that you can see emerging from the page? Is there a particular pattern that intrigues you? Just noticing. Self-care is a moment by moment act of noticing what's going on for us in the moment and choosing to react or not, to respond or not to what's emerging. So in your own time, if you want to continue on this, then just press the pause button and continue on and get lost. Lose yourself for a while. Perhaps turning down or off the phone, just letting go to pure and sheer imagination. Otherwise, perhaps making your last mark and slowly in your own time coming to a close. Ask yourself, what do I see? I can see clowns and circuses and juggling and acts in mind. Let the imagination go. If you want to write a word or a sentence to describe what you see, or else just let the imagination go. So thank you so much for today. For anyone interested in doing more meditation drawing, I have a drawing circle that meets every Monday evening, 8 o'clock GMT, where we get together and spend a longer time working through the energies or what's flowing on a particular evening. So I'll put a link to that below. And if you're interested in doing a one-on-one, where I guide you through a more in-depth creative exercise, People often want to draw their human design charts and explore their charts from a very different, more embodied, more visual, energetic perspective. And I'll put a link for that too. Thanks so much. Please like and subscribe so you can get my usually weekly meditation drawings. Take care. Bye.